I've just been afraid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but in theory, that would be better to get that working, and I should be able to do that. Okay, we're going to start streaming.
Right.
We're probably already streaming right now. Hello. I was going to say Good Friday afternoon.
Is it? Yeah, it is. It's like it's so hard with time zones now.
No, because Good Monday morning is your thing.
Yeah,
right?
no,
Yes.
Good Monday morning
Okay.
is my thing. So it's Good Friday afternoon.
But Good Friday is like a holiday, so it sounds a little weird.
No, that is,
Anyway.
what do you say? Like good yeah.
Choo choo. By the way, I don't have any like opening things or closing things. I was watching Captain Disillusion, who says like.
What's Captain Disillusion?
You don't know who Captain Disillusion is?
No, you have to educate me on like American childhood lore.
No, so Captain Disillusion is a YouTuber who makes videos about how other people fake videos.
Fake videos?
Yes. Well, he's like a visual effects artist and shows how other people made like a fake trick shot video that's actually on visual effects. Anyway, he says, love with your heart, use your head for everything else.
Love with your heart.
You say Good Monday morning. Somebody else, like Jabril. I don't know if you ever watched Jabril's videos. He's another YouTuber. He says, always feed your curiosity.
Oh, nice.
Okay, wait. I should say hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Dan. Welcome.
Can I do it?
Yeah,
like,
that's not a health hazard. I don't mind.
Wow, that's actually. Jesus.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
I would really like to get Coding Train branded train whistles as like a thing. So we're here for a very special Friday live stream. I'm just we've got 2 laptops going. I'm gonna just check. Nobody is saying anything like the audio's not working, the sound is not working. People are saying, what's this? So welcome. My name is Dan. This is MPJ from Fun Fun Function.
Hello.
If you're not familiar with the Fun Function channel. And also there's you have like sort of 2 channels, is that right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we have one channel called Fun Fun Function, which is kind of, yours is 600,000 subscribers, Fun Function is 180 or something. I've been running it for like 3 years or something. It's very focused on like the joy of learning and like being a little bit more about it's like vulnerable and like having fun with programming and like accepting that it's everything goes horribly awry all the time. Dev Tips is kind of the same thing. We took it over a year ago from Travis Nielsen, who's been running it for many years. It was called Dev Tips for Designers initially, and it's a lot more front-end focused than Fun Fun Function is. Right. So it's basically more tooling and more for people who are just getting into development from other walks of life, mainly designers, but not exclusively. And
you are based, so in case people aren't familiar, can you just tell a little bit about yourself and your background and where you're based and stuff that you've done?
Yeah.
So I don't have to, so that apparently I don't have to introduce you?
Yeah, sure.
People are saying your audio is low.
All right.
So let's just, it's not muted.
It's not muted. You want to adjust it there?
I think this is the best place to adjust it. So let me first turn mine
not in
on.
my butt, yeah.
So talk.
Yeah. Talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that okay?
Wait, I don't. No, I think I turned. No, it should be.
You turned yours
off. I actually don't know which one's which. This one's mine. I turned mine off. Yeah. So mine's off now. So it's only your mic. So let's get that right.
All right. Cool. So, all right. Let's get it up. So now I'm talking. It's at level 40. If I scream a little, then it distorts like. But this should be fine. Let's see what the screen says.
We won't hear from anybody for about 30 seconds.
This is level 40. Is 40 okay? That sound good to me.
See, the thing is, this is what I hate about live streaming. Except I love everything about live streaming. Is that we have no idea at what point.
Yeah, that is why I said 40. So I figured that.
Oh, you said 40.
Yeah, 40. It was at level 40.
High enough. We need somebody to say. Now we're seeing better.
Yeah. Yeah. So it seems like MPJ's voice is coming through Dan's microphone, right?
But
like,
right now that's
impossible.
So wait, Mathieu, who does video editing, says can't watch right now, but it's very important they're at the same audio level.
Oh yeah, that's probably true.
I think his lav mic doesn't sound good. All right, people are saying great now. Sounds great. The funny thing is my mic's not even on.
No.
So wait, hold on. Now we're going to move to 50.
Yeah. All right.
Dan is down, yeah. So, no, not 50. You're at 40.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move mine to 30. So my mic is now at 30, and we're gonna let's just count to 10. 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6,
7,
8,
9,
10.
10. How was that? So counting to 10, how was that, everybody? We have to wait 30 seconds. or like 6.5 hours.
This is great. Like
Yeah.
this is good practice for me because I want to do way more live streaming.
Right. Yeah.
I find that this actually works really well for me. I really like the high energy
Yes.
of the live
Yes.
stream, and it's like the interactivity
Yes.
with people, and turn on your mic 30 seconds ago.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Good. All right. I think we've done it.
Yeah.
I forgot what we were talking about. Oh,
you completely disregarded Manchurian's advice that they should be at the same level.
Yes, but the same level of hearing. The thing is, what's actually going into the computer is one thing.
All right.
These aren't being treated separately. They're only being treated separately here because I have a very non-sophisticated setup.
Yeah.
It's actually just going through. This is like a left and right channel, which I've mixed down to mono.
Yeah. Because our mics are also at different distances.
Yes. Oh, that might actually be the whole thing entirely.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're different mics too.
Whatever. Like, no.
Too loud.
Too loud. But we were talking very loud.
It's people are saying it's good. I'm gonna check. So there's two chats going on here. One is the YouTube chat. This is a Slack channel for patrons. Sounded good from here.
Yeah.
Great. All right. So we're gonna trust that this is fine.
Yeah.
And you know what? We'll do this another day.
That's true.
We'll do this again.
That's true.
Many times over.
Yes, I think we should.
Okay, so we were back to. I asked MPJ to introduce himself a little bit about his background. And that sort of thing.
So I'm originally actually from a theater background.
Ah, okay. Sort of me too.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I don't know what counts as an actual theater background.
I did, but I did a lot of amateur theater in like my teenage years,
Yes.
and I then went to theater college.
Yep.
Not college, but high school. The thing is,
Yes.
9 to 12 in school system in Sweden. And then I learned programming and started an e-commerce business. Ran that for a couple of years, tanked that. Then started doing consulting, and eventually I ended up at Spotify. Worked there for what was it, 5 years?
Oh wow.
And during that time, I procrastinated a lot from working on, and spent a lot of time writing Quora posts, and that is how how I gained my internet fame, which I then translated to Twitter, and then eventually somewhere around that started a YouTube channel called Fun Function, and that's sort of where I am right now.
And at present, you are actually doing Fun Function as your kind of like full-time.
Yes,
endeavor.
exactly. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's great fun. It's also dreadful to not have your own boss.
Yeah.
I kind of employed a boss in David, so he kind of is the person who is like, no, you have to send the invoice, like that kind of thing.
So I'm out of the corner of my eye, I'm like checking there's a lot of like disagreement about the sound quality.
All right.
So I'm just going to check here. Everybody, I think we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
So I'll try, I suppose, unless something goes like horribly awry, maybe now we can turn the chat from talking about something other than the audio.
Yeah.
It is a big, apologies for the echoing. Any sound quality, by the way, is completely my fault, just to be clear about that.
Yeah, so just to give you an idea here, like I come into this room and it's like, there's a lot of echo in this room. And you know why there's a lot of echo? I'm gonna show you why there's a lot of echo. Like, because these soundproofing pads are just lying around on the floor where they're not like doing anything. Like they should you have these nice, put them up, man.
But what if I just like stood over here and held one?
Yeah, that would help, I think, actually.
Okay.
But they should you should put them up here or something, I don't know.
All right, so as usual, I have done no preparation for this because we actually met earlier today to potentially prepare, but then I just talked about all sorts of other stuff the whole time, and so we didn't prepare.
Yeah, but we're both extremely talkative people. We're just we're just gonna do this.
The intentions were good.
Yeah.
So
the intentions were actually bad. Like our intention was to not prepare at all.
Right,
I was like we discussed. Like, should we prepare? No. Let's just wing it.
That's true. That's true.
So and I kind of like that.
Yes. So what we thought we would try, and we'll be here. It's for some amount of time between 30 minutes and 2 hours, I would think. Probably less than 2 hours, but we'll see. I thought that what would be interesting to try would be for me to teach, that's the wrong word, advise, stand next to, introduce, there
inspire.
you go, P5JS to MPJ, who has maybe never used it before?
No, never.
Never.
I briefly looked at processing because there's a lot of people from my audience coming in here.
Right.
So perhaps we should talk a little bit about who you are.
Yes.
To them.
Okay. Perfect. Yes. Oh, great. I can talk right away. So let me try to explain this in a couple different ways. Number one is there is a tool called Processing, which is a Java-based programming environment. Which was developed at the MIT Media Lab by Casey Reese and Ben Fry. The project started in 2001. So that's like some amount of years ago, greater than 15. So that's actually, in many ways, how I got introduced to programming, was through that program environment. I had done some before, but that's really where I started to get involved in programming and open source and that type of stuff. There was a point to what I was saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So where we are right now, where the two of us are standing, is on the 9th floor of the Tisch School of the Arts, which is art school at New York University. There's film school, dance program, photography, and a place called ITP. It's where, which is a 2-year master's program. That's where I discovered processing as a student. Different workshops were given in processing when I was learning.
I would just love to make an interjection of how insanely cool this floor is. Like you just walk in here and there's like tons of people doing all kinds of physical computing stuff with like 3D printers and things blinking. And like when you walk in, there's a wood mirror, like with little wooden flips that is controlled by a Kinect. So you walk in front of it and it like flips all the little wooden boards to create like a shape of you, like a mirrors image of yourself in wood, and just like all kinds of stuff like that. It's such a wonderful environment to walk into. You just feel like, excited about, I want to make shit.
Yeah, and if you're looking for that project, it's called The Wooden Mirror, and it's by an artist named Danny Rosen, who also teaches at ITP. And there's lots of videos and things online. I'm sure you could find countless. That actually, amazingly, that project was first created, I believe, in 1999, which is way before processing, Arduino.
What did you use before?
It was
the
just
Kinect?
a plain webcam.
Oh.
So it was a mapping of the brightness of each pixel to the angle of each piece of wood, and when the light is reflecting on it, if it turns up, it's brighter. If it turns down, it's darker. So the effect is much stronger with the Kinect because it's able to do this sort of background removal. So I think before the Kinect, there usually was like a black curtain or something that would be there, so you would be able to see the silhouette. Okay, so I teach now full time. Fast forward a whole bunch of years later, and also work on something called the Processing Foundation, which is actually a U.S. nonprofit charity that maintains a few different open source platforms for education, creative coding, and art. Processing.py, which is like a Python version of processing, and then most recently a project called P5JS, which was created by Lauren McCarthy. There's the P5JS web editor that Cassie Terakajian made. And so P5 is probably the JavaScript library that I use the most on my channel to do quick tutorials about the basics of programming, and also a lot of like make a simple like game, or do like recently I did this visualization of the Sierpinski triangle, which is a fractal.
Oh, brilliant.
The camera went off. And then this is a thing I also do, which is every 30 minutes. The thing about it's really useful because we know that 30 minutes has passed.
Oh, that's actually pretty
Not for the live stream, because that was like 10 minutes beforehand. People are saying, system print topic, please. So, So I'm sorry, I never have the chat right here in front of my face, which is it's always in the corner of my eye. Rambling overflow. All right, fine. I know. Okay, so what's interesting to me about this is P5JS is a JavaScript library that's designed not for this scenario in a way, because of course it can work in this scenario, but it's really more designed for a scenario where somebody totally new to programming enters, and maybe somebody who's interested in art and graphics and animation. Whereas I think we're in a situation here where obviously you're not new to programming, and in fact have done almost like you have a different set of knowledge and background around programming than I do, because I don't really have that professional software development experience. So what does it mean for a library that's geared for beginners, for a software developer to come at it from that angle? That's what we're going to find
so
out.
Like I come into this a little bit from a background where my brother is an artist. So he like a proper one, like that he does that full time. And I've been thinking about, we have been talking about like me teaching him programming and doing some kind of project together, and then processing like immediately comes up because it's a language that is very popular among artists. And so I've been like going like, I should probably learn this, but I never get around to it. Yeah. So this is like the best opportunity to do so. And the way like that I've done a couple of these pair programming things on my channel, and the way we usually set it up is that one person is the driver and one person is the navigator. The driver is the person that is doing the actual coding, and the navigator is the person who keeps tab on where we are going and like the kind of like more overarching aspect of the task. And in our particular situation, it has been good that the driver doesn't know crap about the subject and the navigator is like a little bit more knowledgeable, but the navigator is not allowed to type anything. Like it's just the driver that is doing it. Yeah. So that's
awesome.
That's what we're going to do today.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know what the first thing to try is. Maybe you should try to make a P5 sketch without me telling you anything and see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. So let's use like P5 lib. Let's just do that. See what happens.
I think if you found the website, you're on an interesting page of the website because it's not actually the home page.
Yeah, okay. Let's just...
Because P5 is a library itself, but what you found is like the page about the libraries to use with P5.
Like, you know what?
You were there in the right place.
You know what? That's actually not how you do it.
So this is interesting. So the way that I've always shown people and the way that I use P5 is by not... It's purely a client-side library. Yeah. But by not like doing this magic NPM thing. I mean, I know I do like magic NPM things sometimes, but I only ever do them if I'm doing some server-side program.
To me, like this.
But it's like really project management.
Yeah, like to me, like it's the non-magic thing.
Yes.
Like script tags and stuff like that. I don't even know how. I don't remember how that even works.
So maybe we should try making your first P5 sketch through module stuff.
Let's try this. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna just create an integrated terminal and just because here's
so one thing is we're standing in front of that terminal.
Oh, okay.
And
perhaps we should switch ourselves to the browser and flip us over.
Okay, we can do that.
Because that is more likely to.
Or what if we switch the browser to this side?
Yeah. Or what if you do that?
No, I mean, I do have the capability of doing that, but it'll take more time.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And also, maybe this is going to be fine later, but that is, I was going to say it's pretty small.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
So the thing is, like, and a question for the audience here, because this is something like, normally I just, when I'm coding, I just tend to use create React app because even if I'm not using
I almost
React,
got a chance to do a spit take.
Because it's such a fast way to get an auto reloading environment up. And I could use like HTTP-server here, which is a great NPM module.
That's what I use.
But it doesn't give you auto reloading.
There's live server. Have you ever tried
NPM
live server?
Awesome, let's do it.
So npm-g install live server.
Install live server. Perfect. I've been looking for this. I haven't been spending lots of time looking for this. I've been thinking about this several times.
Everybody always tells me just use the like blah 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 plugin to Visual Studio itself, but
this plugin. All right. So I just do that.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Are. It's right behind us here. See, I'm pointing to it.
Okay. So if I type something here and save this as like index.html. And we do that. Well, and I save. Does it update?
I'm just typing in the chat, by the way.
Yeah. How do I get it to update
though? You just changed something in the code.
Yeah, but it doesn't update. Yeah, I have to refresh.
No, that's the whole point of live servers. You don't refresh.
So how should I get it to refresh?
Does it only do it for like Does it not refresh you have to hit save. It should refresh automatically on save.
Does not. But how would it, it would have to inject some kind of JavaScript here for that to work.
Yeah. I mean, when I do it.
But perhaps I have to actually have like HTML or something. Otherwise, it won't know where to inject stuff. Yeah. The chat will probably solve this for us eventually.
See, this is the message. Dan still does not know about the live server VS Code extension. Turn off cache in the browser, someone is saying.
All right, we can do that. Somewhere. Network sources.
It's actually under settings. Yeah, there you go, you're good.
There.
Under network. No, scroll down.
Right.
And disable cache.
Disable.
No, about back up. Disable cache there while DevTools.
All right,
is
brilliant. Okay, cool. Let's do this.
2 hours later, we have
2
live
hours
server
later.
running.
Brilliant.
But this is the thing. This is why we like to do. I'm saying we as.
Now it works.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe it was the caching, but you don't even have the DevTools open.
No. So it probably wasn't.
Maybe
that.
it was the HTML thing.
I think it was the HTML thing.
Okay. So great. Step one.
Yes, because now it injects this little JavaScript thing here.
Okay.
Yeah, it needed that. Yeah, it needed a body tag to inject it.
Yes. Got it.
All right. Cool. So P5, you know what? And this now we are gonna do it with the script tags because we no longer have create React app. This doesn't have the npm
you have to have
packaging.
a create React app to use the modules.
No, but you need to something that
Like
browser
bundles.
bundles the
Like
modules.
like Webpack would be the set.
Exactly.
Sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like create React app has a
Got
that has.
it would be interesting to try it with create React app.
You know what? Let's do that.
By the way, I know almost nothing about React, so this could be our next collaboration. I'll be the driver and try to learn React.
Absolutely. I mean,
but I'm not trying. I kind of specifically don't want to learn React because I don't want to have to answer any React questions. But it would be great to learn about it and understand.
yeah,
how these things
it's it's pretty good. And all right, so install the package. It might take a couple of minutes.
Oz in the chat writes you need the HTML tag. So everybody's again they're giving us the solution 30 seconds later.
Yeah.
But by the way, everyone should check out Oz Ramos's work on handsfreebrowsing.js in the chat. Hi Oz, would love to be in touch with you. Your work is amazing.
What's that?
He's working on a project called Hands-Free. I might be getting. Apologies, I'm probably getting the name of it wrong.
Yeah.
But it's using TensorFlow.js and different machine learning and PostNet, different things to help people who cannot use maybe the mouse or keyboard to browse and use their computer through gesture and face and gaze. And
Oh, you're kidding me!
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
How do you find it?
Oh, sorry. Handsfree.js.org. All right, we'll come back to that.
That is
later.
so cool. Okay, so
right.
let's see. CD fun train, and then we're gonna open that folder instead. If we just do that. All right, so I'm gonna pull this crap over. This is a mess. There. This is the one we don't want.
It's so amazing to see how everybody uses their computer in different, unique, weird ways.
Yeah, that's
actually,
true.
or maybe it's just me who uses my computer in a completely nonsensical way, and everybody else is the yeah.
Yeah, I like everybody has no, but I think it's a kind of like a fingerprint.
Yeah.
All right, so source.
We're going to run into so many weird problems. I think putting P5 into this, but it's going to be great.
Fine. Okay, so let's just let's do this.
So all of a sudden you have 18,000 different files.
Yeah, that's JavaScript development. The modern JavaScript development. The more files, the better.
Right, because my examples there's index.html and there's sketch.js. That's it.
I mean that is clean. I'll give you that, but then when I have to get it into an actual app, it's super annoying. I'd rather just have an app from the start. And this is, the thing is it's a little bit much, but I know exactly what this is, and they are really good at keeping it stable. That is what's so nice about React, that they are they don't change things around as much anymore. I learned this what is it, a year and a half ago, and it's kind of still the same thing. I don't have to relearn.
But if today was your first day learning to program, maybe this would be too much.
You think so?
I can't tell if you're the sarcasm or not.
It's it used I don't know when you started learning programming, but when I started learning programming, when Angular and stuff was popular, like there was
another thing that I never got around to learn.
There was so much stuff, like the setup, and you had like these elaborate like scaffolding, blah, blah, blah. Like Create React app is like comparatively like very small. People like give grief about it, like Webpack and stuff. But like I think it's like extremely sleek compared to what I used to be.
Yeah. So from the sort of creative coding arts angle of bringing new people in, the goal is actually in a lot of the projects like processing in P5 is to have the least amount of setup stuff possible. So that basically all you're doing is writing a single line of code and seeing a shape on the screen.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay.
All right.
Let's keep moving. So do you have?
Yeah. So now we have a development server supposedly.
Okay.
If it starts.
And how would you add P5 to this?
All right, so I already ran now npm install p5, so I should just be able to import p5 from.
And so these import things,
is
that ES8, 7, 6?
Something. Like
you don't know off the top of your head.
ES next, I don't remember.
Okay,
like,
but it's, and does it have to be, does this have to be compiled down into something, or it actually like, the browser if it supports the whatever ES it needs to support can just read this itself?
Good question. I don't know what browser support there is for import statements yet.
Okay.
It certainly doesn't support npm modules, of course.
Okay.
But I think that the more modern browsers actually can do import statements natively now. But it's very uncommon.
But looking at in here, everything gets bundled into app.jes.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yes, let me just clear this out, and then we get like.
Oh, and so that's where you put like your HTML, because a React component is like it's like a thing that's on the page.
Yeah.
And you can have multiple versions of them. So you could potentially have a P5 sketch inside of one component.
Yes, precisely. So it's like a reusable.
So one thing I should warn you about is P5. In the way that it's designed for beginners to use, it does all sorts of things that probably a proper JavaScript developer would really like think is like horrifically bad. In that it's like everything is in the global namespace.
Yeah, but
so I don't know if that's going to cause problems inside of components or something. But there is a way to do a P5 namespace like with instance mode and various things. So we'll see where we get to.
Yeah.
But I think a good goal would be like, could we just make a P5 canvas inside of a component?
Yeah. So I guess that the clickbaity title of the stream is going to be like using P5 with React or something like that. I don't know. Just figure out. Okay, let me just draw. I want to draw something.
Okay, great.
It's just like, how would you draw a circle?
So the thing is, P5 is looking for. You can't add, like, you won't be able to. Well, I'm confused already because this is like JavaScript, but then there's HTML in here.
Yeah, but just think of this as the HTML.
Okay, like, so you wouldn't put anything in the HTML.
All right. Yeah. Sure.
You would have. P5 looks for, when the P5 library loads, it looks for a global function called setup.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Whoa. All right. That was hard for me, man.
But we can do it. There's another way you can do it.
I wouldn't even know how
create a new P5 instance.
Yeah. All right.
I might have to look. I don't have that off. I have to look that up. I knew it loosely. I have a video about it.
Yeah.
But you can do. You probably have to do P5 instance mode. I'm guessing. Which means you create like a new P5 object and blah 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 blah.
But no, I feel like being difficult. Can we do that? Because it's kind of like, the thing is, like, part of me wants to like, no, just do a global and start using it. But frankly, this is what I would start looking into.
This live stream is not. I think what's perfect about this live stream, what we're doing, is this is for an audience to learn about how P5 could actually work within the ecosystem of an actual web application.
Yeah.
I am curious though, just to see if the global thing like even works.
Yeah, let's start with the global.
I don't think it will.
Okay, but let's start with the global thing and then move forward.
So you need to just write a function called setup.
Yeah. So I doubt that this will actually end up in the global namespace.
It's definitely a security violation event.
Yeah.
I don't have.
Actually, okay. So function setup.
Yes, and then what you would say is create canvas. You would create the canvas It's going to create a canvas element. There's a way
like
to parent
p5 dot create
No,
canvas?
you just say create canvas.
Really? Okay.
And then you give it 2 arguments like the size, the width, and height of your canvas. Whoa, how is that? Where did that come from? Because of
Magic.
NPM.
I don't know. Like
That's
Visual
amazing.
Studio and NPM and Create React App are amazing.
That's amazing.
I didn't wow, that's so nice. So like 300 times 300.
Yes, exactly. And now, is there any chance there's a canvas?
Create canvas is not defined.
Yeah, so it doesn't, it's not.
No, because it's not in the global namespace. But now that would work. So I need to.
But is the canvas actually there? You could type p5.background 0 and that'll make the background black. So we'd be able to see it. Right now it's by default transparent.
Did you say p5?
Dot background. And then 0. Like 0, the color is RGB color.
All right.
So I don't think it's finding setup p5. Because I mean, we could inspect the DOM to see if there's a canvas.
Global dot setup equals setup. Something like that. Create canvas is not a function.
What happens if you don't do p5 dot anymore?
See.
Well,
Nope.
Yeah. Instance mode it is.
Yeah. All right, instance mode it is. Instance mode it is. Okay.
All right, so to do instance mode, we're going to now watch a 4.5 hour video that I made about it by accident. Yeah, no. Instance mode, I mean, let me pull this up here myself.
All right, cool.
So basically what you want to do is create a function that gets an argument called like sketch or something in it.
Yeah.
And you could probably do this in, let me just show you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, basically, like, let me just show you. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
it makes sense for you to pull this up on your screen.
Yeah.
But the idea is this is like a P5. What you can't see what I'm showing. MPJ.
Let's actually hang on. Let's actually do that.
So it's on the
Otherwise
wiki, P5 wiki.
a P5 wiki.
I mean, I just Googled instance mode P5 and it came up. But that's it. That's exactly it. So this is what I guess if you scroll it up so it's above us.
Yeah.
So this is what.
No, you can do it. Now you can do it.
Except I have to look this way now. This is what.
It helps being taller, like
Yes.
American tall.
This is what a regular kind of plain P5 sketch that would just be in the global namespace that would get loaded automatically when you have script tag, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
This now is kind of writing a function wrapper that has all the P5 stuff in it. And then you just create a new, sorry, I'm going to scroll this up, create a new P5 instance.
Okay.
So this is presumably what we need to do.
I'm just going to copy this.
Perfect.
Because I'm a JavaScript developer. Okay. Okay, so it creates this S, okay, and this sketch, and then it's gonna create push that to the instance.
Yes.
So what we're doing here, this is a function.
Yes.
And in the function takes the sketch, and then it does. So this is kind of like a setup function.
Yes, it's like I think the term for this is like closure.
Well, like,
No.
no. It's just a function. And we pass that function to, so like this. So because functions in
Java, of course.
Because functions in JavaScript are like values.
Yes.
So this is like the setup and like.
I mean, the thing is, this P5 was made a few years ago now, and it is everything is written with ES5.
Yeah.
So it would make more sense now if P5 were updated for you to be able to write a class.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
That was.
Yeah, you could do that.
You're getting rid of your semicolons. No, he's getting rid of the semicolons.
You know, like, I have a sticker on my machine here that says like semicolons cannot save you.
No, that's not, my whole life is based around the semicolon saving me.
Oh, this freaks out people on my screen so much. I eventually ended up doing an entire video on why semicolons in JavaScript are optional. They are fun.
All right, we're gonna move on. Gonna do some deep breathing over here in meditation.
Oh, that's lovely.
The semicolon is like one of the primary coding train characters. You've just deleted the coding train semicolon.
That's amazing. I love that.
Does anybody in the chat have the semicolon like icon. Yes, there we go. There it is.
Oh,
yeah.
It's oh,
so this is a fancy thing. This
character.
is a fancy thing. Custom emojis with.
Oh, I love it.
With
I love
global.createcanvas would probably work. Says Miayam. Anyway, we've moved on. From
yeah.
that.
Are those like your member?
Yeah. So I have this. We should talk
emojis?
more about this later because I'm trying to figure all this out. But I use both Patreon and YouTube memberships.
Oh yeah, that sounds very elegant.
Yes, it works really well. But and so if they have a special icon here, they're a YouTube member.
Shazbon asks, what about minifying JS without semicolons? It works fine. Like, just gonna say that.
Okay, so wait, we should see if this works.
Oh yeah, that's true. We're doing some kind of, oh right, identify setup has already been declared. Oh, that makes sense. I'm just,
oh yeah, get rid of that. That was our old
yeah,
attempt.
let me just comment that out.
Look at you with your fancy splash star.
All right.
There
we go.
There's a P5 sketch. Now,
okay.
How would you put that? Do we care? Like, do we need to put that inside the component?
Yeah, let's do that actually. Let's actually, I mean, this doesn't need to be in a variable. We're only using it once, so we can at least, just put it in there.
Exactly. And then you can use the arrow thing.
Arrow function.
This is so fun.
Yeah. Do that. There we go. Cleaning this up a little bit. And my P5. What are we gonna call this? Instance drawing. Like what?
Well, the term in P5 is you call it a P5 sketch.
Okay.
And in a way, I wonder if it makes more sense for this to be like P.
Yeah.
And then. Except for that people are going to snicker in the chat all the time when I say P. But I still think it could work. Look at that refactoring magic.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So it's like that's the sketch. And what's interesting about doing it this way is we could have multiple P5 sketches on the page.
So let's actually do this in the I think we can do it in the constructor here.
Oh, fascinating. Whoa.
Something like that.
Well, you have to say this dot sketch. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have. By the way, I have this ridiculous soundboard that plays various sound effects that I forgot to hook up, but that's okay.
Okay, cannot
we'll put those in post.
We need to call super, I believe. There we go. Now we're good. Now we're rocking.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a P5 sketch back behind me inside of a React component.
Cool.
What do we do now?
Don't know. So where is this drawing this? Like it's just drawing it in like.
So the way that P5 works is it actually adds to the document's body a canvas automatically.
Yeah.
As soon as you say, in fact, I mean, in theory, create canvas, you would think does that, but I'm pretty sure that even if you took this out, I don't know, I can't use your keyboard.
Swedish keyboard, sorry.
There's still going to be a canvas there.
Oh, okay.
So what it actually does, because in theory you can actually use P5 without even calling the create canvas function.
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't want that canvas there, you would have to call no canvas.
Okay.
Now, why you wouldn't want that is unclear at this moment because the whole point is to draw into a canvas.
Well,
but create canvas will then basically delete the default canvas or resize it or whatever.
Could I get this to draw let's say I have like a HTML element here.
Yes.
Like, could I get this to draw inside of a target? Target is right. Target.
So explain to me maybe first what you mean without the technical speak. So like, not that was that technical, but like, do you mean like there's some text and you're drawing over it?
Yeah, no, I mean, if I use this, if I was building a React component here, I would probably already have an app and let's say that, whatever, and there was a space inside of the app where
had an animation.
Yeah. Then the create the little React component would have to have like a render target, like a div or where like this is where I want you to stuff the processing stuff.
So you could use you could use dot parent and pass it an ID. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, that would work.
You might have to have the P5 DOM library also imported, but let's try. So in other words, if there was a div with an ID.
Yeah, sure. Let's just call this like.
You can parent it with
Now, the chat will have to help me with how you get access to these things. these references. I mean, I could just.
But right now, like if you put this back, what I'm thinking, you put that back.
Yeah.
And then if you do, you can chain it, or you can put it into a variable.
Yeah.
You can do dot parent, and then just as the argument to the function, exactly. The argument to that function would be, I forgot, a render target with in as a string with the hash symbol.
Oh, okay. So
it's like jQuery, like pretend jQuery.
Oh yeah, it's a query selector.
Yes.
Okay.
That's part of the P5 DOM library.
Okay, let's see if this works.
But you'll need the. I think you need the. Oh no, maybe it worked.
I think it worked.
Yeah, I guess I don't know why I thought you needed the.
Because we can make it even bigger.
Yeah.
So I
that
think
was what you were looking to do?
Yeah, I think so. Look, yeah, it seems to be rendering inside of the render target, like I wanted. Oh, perfect.
By the way, you could do the same thing. This is actually, this canvas is a DOM element, and the native canvas element, it's actually a P5.element, and the native canvas element is inside the .elt property of the P5 canvas element. So you could also use any other JavaScript library magic stuff.
Brilliant. Yeah, so I think that as some people pointing out in React, like the correct way is to use refs here instead of, but we're gonna stay here for now because I don't remember off the top of my head how to use refs.
Okay, so I guess we should.
Wait, they're actually linking it. We? How do you? Refs and the DOM. So let's.
We're looking at the refs page, which is.
I'm gonna go refs and the DOM. There we go. Blah 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 blah. I don't know why people write a lot of stuff in documentation because I always just scroll down to the code. Okay, this equals myref equals create react ref, and then they do that, and then you kind of this gets you the node. Can I actually give .parent like a node? What is it like? Yes, I actually can. So this is how you do it, I think.
Wow, I can't believe the documentation for the P5 DOM library just like showed up there. That was insane.
Yeah, like it's really cool. I don't know if it's Create React App or what. If it's Visual Studio
probably Visual
or
Studio. Actually, I have no idea.
Yeah, somebody probably knows. React create ref, and then we just use like down here.
This .myref.current, by the way, people are saying is something you can say. Whatever that is.
This my ref. Okay, so.
Oh, I see.
And so it's kind of like a place, like a key object. So render ref, it's called that, and then that, and then we can go
parent.
This .renderf dot. Yeah. So we should do this .renderf dot current, I think. This is going to be a little weird. This is probably, I think it's going to be fine for now. Let's see. Of current of undefined. This might be, let's actually move all of this to render. This is not super good, but p.create.
I think my suspicion is that P5 doesn't know what this .renderf.current is.
This .renderf, no, that's not the problem, because this .renderf it doesn't get that far. You see, it cannot process current of undefined.
Oh yeah.
So no, it's because this is not. We need to do something.
The this is gone.
Hang on.
No, but no, this isn't happening. We're not saying that equals this equals self.
Lovely, like. This is the problem.
I love this. Basically, this stream is like how to take as long as possible to get a P5 sketch running.
True. Like you could also, instead of this, we could.
Couldn't we use the arrow thing magic syntax somehow?
Yes, we could.
And you can't do that inside of a class.
No, hang on.
No,
yes, you can.
Oh no, it has to be here, right? No. I'm so confused.
Oh yeah, actually we can actually use it inside a class, but it works to do here. Yeah. This would solve it.
Yes.
And then we do this.
Yes.
So there we go.
There we go. Okay. Yay!
Yeah. For you that are not familiar with arrow functions and the difference between functions and arrow functions is that in arrow functions has a slightly different behavior with this, which makes them bind this to what this was at the time you created the function.
Right. I'm pretty sure I learned arrow functions from your video on arrow functions.
No, you didn't, because I haven't talked about this.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
no.
But I do have a video about arrow functions.
All right, cool.
Okay. All right. So now I think so to me, what would almost be interesting here, I think, is, I mean, we could go a number of different ways. One way we could go is just like, let's make an interesting animation, and you'll learn and try more P5 drawing functions and how to set colors and use different shapes. But to me, what feels unique about this is the fact that it's inside of a React app. So what I'm curious is, would this be a React app kind of thing to do, where you have some other component that has like interface stuff, and that interface controls what's in the canvas? Like you press a button, it changes the color, you start and stop something moving. I don't know.
Like probably we would do it, like for now. I think we should do like the interfaces in the same in this component. You can have inter, absolutely have inter, but then we're talking about like, then we have to like start thinking about, oh, how do we manage that state and stuff, and then we're going into Redux territory, and that's not like.
I guess what I'm saying is less about the different components, but more about making P5 do what P5 does and what React does what React does.
I think it would be great if we had some kind of button doing something with P5.
Okay.
That would be in React. I think that would be a great thing to do.
Okay.
So perhaps like, okay, so looking at this thing, we draw background here. We fill it, and we create a rectangle.
Yes.
So why don't we create a text field that constantly updates the position of the rectangle?
Okay.
I'm just gonna like start coding this and see where we go.
Okay, great.
Perhaps like.
I'll take, if people have other suggestions in the chat, who might think of interesting interface ideas, I will keep an eye on them while you're starting to code.
So I figure that we just do an input here, and I'm gonna do this ref thing that I just learned or relearned. Ref dot input ref.
Wouldn't you use React.GUI?
I don't know, Alvaro O'Byrne, wouldn't I? I don't know what that is.
Yeah. So .GUI, if people aren't, I don't know what React.GUI is, but I know what .GUI is, so I can guess.
You know what .GUI is?
.GUI is like a quick prototyping tool to create like an interface to control a bunch of parameters and slash. So that would be interesting, but there's no, to me, like I kind of want to make, well, I guess it's called React.GUI. There's this sort of tension here where MBJ is trying to learn about P5, I'm trying to learn about React. So anyway, let's keep going. That's a great suggestion. We'll take it under advisement.
All right, so
there's a text field there now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. We don't need this ref, I think, actually. Or maybe we do. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do like on change.
Okay.
And this, I'm gonna give this like this input changed. And when that is changed, I'm gonna update the state of the React component.
Oh.
So
can you explain briefly this concept of state in React? Because I hear this all the time, and I think I know what it means because I kind of get what the idea of a state is.
Can we switch to the
yes.
I want to do this.
Dude, well, we need a minute because I'm gonna have to.
All right. I've been wanting to do this like all.
Since I need to. So first, I need to do
this. Setup is so cool.
And then I guess I need to erase.
Do you know? Yeah, I could just walk over, and then I'm over here.
So the keyboards 1 and 2 will change back and forth.
All right.
And I'm going to erase this. You can.
So now I'm here, and
now
I'm here. Like it's so like. This is so amazing.
And then
I want to set up like this.
give you a marker, which I should have somewhere. This is the kind of preparation that actually is good to do before you start, which is like
looking for the marker. Yeah, that's quality stream material.
Wait, I was using a marker this morning.
Well, stream, do you know where we can find a marker?
Oh, wait.
That would be really great. Oh, here's full markers. Oh, brilliant.
Half of them probably don't work.
Okay,
so
we'll just go through them one by one until we find a marker. Okay, so in React, the thing with React is that it's it's a declarative programming framework, right? We have the DOM. Damn it! Okay, we have the DOM.
You gotta see it. This is how I torture the guest. Here, there we go.
All right. Magic
Here, this is the top.
Yeah, that's whiteboard fingers. All right, so let's say we have a DOM. And some buttons in the DOM and stuff. Here's a button. And perhaps, like this is the standard React example, is that you have a counter, right? It's like num, and this says 5. And say that the button is increasing, it's gonna increase this number. It's gonna count up. So we press that button, that will update the state. So the button won't, like architecturally, it won't go and mess with this number. It's going to update something that is the state here, which is like, the state is kind of like this abstract representation of the data that the application uses. So in this case, it might be like count, and it has 5. So this will actually always refer to count in the state. So this will like refer to this. And so button won't update this, button will update this. So perhaps this is a better way of thinking about it.
Is the state global across components, or there's a state for each component?
A state for each component.
Got it.
And when you're using Redux, you can kind of like use a big tree that is corresponding to the components, but it's like there's different ways of managing state in React.
Redux, what's Redux?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm going to stop myself from asking that.
Advanced state management, when state is problematic. But in its simple, like the core idea is that whenever state changes, React updates immediately. So you don't have to, you will always, like the nice part about coding in React is that you won't have to keep tabs on when to update what, because everything is always updated. You just update the state and woof, everything is always correct. And the way, like the innovation that React brings us, because it's very expensive to just constantly re-render the entire DOM all the time. And that is why React has this clever diff mechanism that figures out the minimal change to make to the DOM when updating things.
So there's one, I think, so that makes sense to me. There's an interesting side question here, which is P5, I don't know if you're aware of this, you know how there was the setup and draw function.
Yeah.
The draw function is actually looping continuously. Behind the scenes, it's doing request animation frame or whatever.
Yeah.
So this I think will be an interesting thing that we're going to encounter. Is there some something we need to worry about in terms of like how the canvas is updated related to how the state updates and blah, blah, blah?
Like, to be honest, it's possible that there's absolutely no benefit to using React in this situation at all.
Right.
Like, probably the only reason why we want to use React here is to get P5 into an existing application in a sensible way, an application that uses MVM, that uses React. So, like the DOM because it probably doesn't use the DOM in that way. Like if it constantly does the updating all the time.
Well, only for the canvas.
Okay.
There's other P5 can interact with the DOM outside of the canvas, and you can also tell it to stop updating the canvas. I must be on camera now. You can also tell it. This is very weird because we're like talking this direction. Yeah. I noticed it that's why I was watching you this way because I should probably like we could like fake it and pretend we're talking to that. Well, you can anyway. What was I saying? You can control. You can say call no loop, which stops the draw. Yeah. You can call redraw, which triggers a redraw. There's all sorts of custom stuff we could do.
Yeah.
So all right. So we're back here.
Yeah.
Maybe we. So the idea here is you want to try to move that rectangle whenever. All right. So I'm going to let you keep going.
Yeah. So we're gonna do this input change thing, and I guess I need to declare that somewhere. Let's do that. Input changed.
It feels to me. There feels like maybe there's an issue with having all of the sketch in the render function, but render just happens once.
No, render happens all the time.
Oh, so it's always going to remake the P5 sketch.
Yeah, so we
don't want that.
No, let's we're gonna like.
We're going to try it.
Yeah, like we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Because there is different life cycles methods, and I just did the simplest possible thing at this point. So input changed. Then we want to grab the value from the value. So this dot input ref. We have no input ref then yet, so we need to do that. Input ref equals create new react dot create ref. There we go. And then we grab this dot input ref dot current, I suppose. And then how do you get the value? Value. That. Let's just cf. I'm just gonna console log that out because I'm a horrible person. Let's see. Oh yeah, we actually have to. Okay, this is gonna be hard. There we go. Now I'm changing this field. Okay, it failed. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, this is so tiny. So
also, nobody can see it. Not that anybody necessarily cares, but I can remove.
Oh no!
I removed us temporarily.
No, I can move. I can. No, wait. Which direction is it? Oh, that.
Yeah.
Mirrored. Okay. Cannot read property input ref of undefined on line 12. Yeah, of course. It's because we are referencing this, and I forgot to bind it. This. There we go.
This seems like a lot of.
This is the object model in JavaScript. Okay, now it works. Now we're getting input events down here.
And we're getting the actual...
behind my back.
The actual value.
Yeah, we're getting them. All right. Awesome. You kind of need a cameraman for streams. Like somebody... I would like to somebody that watched the chat and then like switched cameras and highlighted stuff for me. Like perhaps like in a little... in my ear. Okay. So now we get this. I should theoretically be able to
set the location to that value.
Yeah. So this dot state dot. No. First of all, we need to update state. I'm gonna move these to state first of all. So that you do that. You do this. You do it like this. I'm gonna create like the initial state.
The variables that you'd be using in the P5 sketch are actually the state of the component.
Yes. So we're gonna, instead of using these, we're gonna be using.
And then how do you refer to them?
State dot x. This dot state dot y.
Okay.
So that works. Now it works. Now all we need to do is to update the state, and this should work. So I'm gonna get rid of that.
So this dot state dot x equals that.
And then I'm going to do this dot. You have to use a function called setState.
Oh.
Because otherwise it won't be able to detect the different the change.
And then you you just give it the property in the val.
I think this should work now. So if I do like whoa, hang on, what happened?
I think it's freaking out because it's remaking the whole canvas again.
Okay, so so we can't do that.
But we could if that isn't in render.
Yeah, so perhaps we could just do this. There is a function in...
This could be in the constructor.
No, because these things don't exist yet. But there's a component did mount that happens after the React components are added to the DOM. So let's try that. It's the component did mount. Is this it? I guess we're at like 4 hours now or something.
No, we're at 4 o'clock. I was just checking. We're good.
Right.
We're only at an hour.
All right, so cool. Let's do this. do this perhaps then. And then I go that. So this should perhaps work. If we do that, 45. Whoa. Does it does something.
Is there an error message in the console?
Yeah, let's see. Okay, this is the worst place to put the console. Can I? How do I change this? There, perhaps. That's probably horrible too. Yeah, it's still under. Like,
we forgot.
Perhaps. I don't know. Let's. No, there's no error message. But like it's like.
Wait, I'm thinking about this. So when does this? I'm curious. When does this happen? Component did mount.
Component did mount happens after the. You know what? Like instead of using this input change, I'm gonna try.
Oh, is there a there is a state.
Because I think that the fact that I'm re-rendering. Oh wait, somebody is pointing out that the y value gets missing. Is that true? I'm not sure.
Well, I don't think so because we're not changing the y value, but it should still be 100.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to reset y here, do you?
Yeah, because the thing is, when I try to type here, it's just nothing is happening. I think that the re-render is just messing up my. Like for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna like not use a form because React in forms is like a little bit tricky sometimes. So I'm.
What about like a slider? Would that be? That's the same problem.
Yeah, let's just use the button.
Yeah, just add 1 to X or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just give it a new random. Actually, there's a nice P5 random function. I'd be curious to see if there's a way to.
Okay, I'm gonna go right-clicked. I'm gonna create a button. I'm gonna create a button that when it's clicked, it's gonna move the thingy to the right. It's gonna read like. I'm going to do x equals this dot state dot x plus 5.
Somebody's saying you did not set up two-way binding correctly. I don't know what that means, but value and input should be this dot state dot value.
Oh, that's probably true. Let's try that actually.
Oh, it's hard-coded as 40.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what people were saying.
That's probably true. Right, okay, let's now this dot state dot x. There we go. What if I yes?
Oh, that
was the problem. Thank you, chat.
Who is that? I mean, there's probably like a lot of people because a lot of people said.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of people.
Okay. Jesus, it should be.
So wait, but I want.
It's so hard to keep tablets on chat at the same time. How do you do that?
I don't.
You don't.
I don't do it well.
Oh god.
No, this is actually we caught this error much quicker than I would have if I was here by myself.
Yeah.
Wait, can you? I'm a little bit lost though. Scroll because we thought we had a problem that wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
So this is actually exactly what we had. That can go away.
Yeah.
And then what I want to see is, and this mobile view thing is making me a little bit crazy.
All right.
Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know why. Because it's just so tiny. I don't see how anyone could possibly see that.
No, that's true. Let's get rid of that. There we go.
So now that's.
All right.
Yeah,
can I?
Yes, there you go. That's what I was looking for.
There we go.
Okay, so now what I want to watch is I want to watch you change that number and see if it doesn't look like the canvas. So the canvas is not being remade. The DOM element is still just sitting there and the value is being updated.
Exactly. And that is because what is happening here is that, how does this even work?
No, but see, here's the thing. If you try put in setup, write p.noLoop.
Oh yeah, because it, p dot.
No, it has to be in the setup function.
Oh, okay. So no loop?
Yeah. Oh, you can't, it's not part of the canvas. Or it's
okay,
just
p dot no loop.
Exactly. And with a capital L. No, a capital L.
No. All right. Now I understand.
No, parentheses. It's a function.
All right. Cool.
Well, you forgot the semicolon.
It's like, what about that you're a human and you understand what I'm saying?
Now change the number.
All right.
Now change the number.
Yeah.
It shouldn't update.
No, that's true. Can we trigger the loop manually?
Well, we can say redraw.
Oh, then we can do that in render. So Can we do that on
But
the
how do
sketch?
we get a reference to that? Oh, you would say
Can
you
you
would
do
say
that?
this.sketch.redraw.
So then we can actually make use of the state diffing algorithms of
I think
React.
I like that.
Cannot.
Let me look. We have to look at the P5
Yeah,
reference.
do it. Do it.
In processing, it's redraw. I thought there was a redraw. Yeah, redraw.
But is it on the
Um,
sketch?
It's a global function. This.sketch.
Does anybody know this in sketch? I mean, I know what I could do. I could like do like this super dirty thing and like go this dot redraw function
Uh-huh.
and store it away. But like I would like something nicer.
Yeah. Why did that not work? Well, I'm confused. Well, I have to go back to the instance mode thing.
Yeah.
You should be able to say. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
like
confused.
this.
Hmm.
And then I would do this. Would that work?
Hmm.
B,
Hold on.
no, hang on, P. That didn't work either. Cannot read proper redraw function undefined. Oh, it's because I'm doing this. No, still not working.
Hold on.
It's not function.
Mm.
Perhaps it's redraw?
So
Oh, is it spelled?
it's not. I mean, in the reference, it is not. The question is, what when we're using instance mode? How would you?
Because it says it's. That's Oh no! Hang on, I'm doing this too late. Hang on. It's if this dot redraw function because it's not gonna exist on the first render, I think.
Oh, but then we should be able to do that also if this.
Yeah, now
sketch.
it works.
We should be able to do it with if this dot sketch.redraw.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. So I can just do this dot sketch dot redraw.
But only if this dot sketch exists.
Yeah.
Oh. By the way, this apparently exists. So in the chat, a bunch of people have mentioned there's a React P5 wrapper.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that it's fine to move to that after you have fiddled around with this and understood like how the model works.
Right.
But I tend to try to avoid tools
Right.
that I myself is not able to write. I
Yes.
mean, you should use a tool because you don't
Right.
want to write it, not because you can't. Because otherwise, you're so screwed when
It's also its last published was 2 years ago.
So yeah.
So that's not a great sign.
But this works
yeah.
great.
But
Like this is fast.
Yeah.
So nice.
So, but of course, with the typical use of P5, you wouldn't actually do this like stop the rendering and you manually tell it to re-render.
Yeah.
You would let it animate and
Yeah.
change things. So I don't know what a good next step is here. I mean, on the one hand, all right, we made P5 work in React.
Yeah.
We've got, but we haven't really made use of like, in a way, like I have not. I've introduced P5 to you, but you've barely scratched the surface of any of the P5
Exactly.
functionality.
So,
what
like,
should we
can
do?
we do some? What does
Should we-
P5 have? Does it have something like physics or something like that? That it would be hard to do and.
So P5 doesn't have like a native physics stuff built into it.
Yeah.
But you can do basic stuff easily just with. I mean, the main thing that it would have now would be to draw. I mean, the main thing it is a big set of drawing functions.
Yeah.
So there's lots of other shapes. There's ways of setting color. You can algorithmically do
Yeah.
whatever. You can have a bunch of variables that are changing as things move around.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I guess we could think. I mean, so for example, like one idea would be like what's so like some of the things that I've done that are like more popular on our channel, like the snake game, for example. So not that we're gonna redo for the 15,000th time.
Use your flocking bird example.
Yeah. So there's a couple ideas. One is go and grab an existing sort of more. It would be interesting to write the flocking example from scratch, but we would be here. That's that's probably for another day.
Yep.
That's like a topic unto itself. Like that could be a like. But we could take an existing example and then like build others. Like so, flocking actually. What's interesting about the flocking example is that it is a system where agents like flock with each other around a canvas, and there are a few different rules at play. There's separation, alignment, and cohesion. And interesting things can be revealed as you interact with those different rules. So changing the rules could be something you do with the sort of React interfacey stuff.
All right.
And then the P5 would just be rendering the results of that.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be here.
I have that as a P5 example.
Oh, okay.
So we could practically just copy paste the code in.
Oh.
But then control it.
Well, I kind of like the idea of having something grow iteratively in.
Yes.
It seems like a super interesting thing though, but.
This is in a two canvases interacting would be a useful thing to do because this is not something that you can easily do at all with P5 by itself because of the way it's global mode. So the fact that we're doing instance mode we don't have like a great desktop space to do this, but we could make this smaller certainly. Yeah. But to have two canvases side by side, that would be
updating from a single state.
Whoa. Okay.
But still, that doesn't really teach me
two canvas side by side throwing. So what we can do? What if when something leaves one canvas, it enters the other one?
Okay, that's actually pretty good. Yeah. That's a good React
problem.
P5 mashup problem.
All right,
let's do that.
We can do that in the next 45 minutes, no problem.
I think we can. I think we can. Okay. I think we can. I think we can fail at that. Yes. Let's do that. I love failure is to be expected. Yes. This is not a tutorial. This is real life. It's not real life. Let's do it. I like it.
So the first thing we need to do is, one thing is we could get rid of the text box, although maybe we want to leave it there for historical reasons and we might make use of it, but it's to basically just duplicate exactly this in another component. Or do you want to work on getting this to animate and being able to detect when it
Let's actually animate a lot because I think that we have spent a lot of time in React now.
Yes.
So my part of the audience is probably a little bit bored and want to see some animation.
Okay. So you want to just try to guess how you would animate that? I'll give you a clue. This no loop is going to cause you a major problem.
Yeah,
so first
because
you want to get rid of that.
It's true. So let's actually just get rid of the no loop. I'm gonna just comment it out for now.
And I'm actually confused because typically you would have the variables that are controlling the location of the rectangle not part of this state.
Yeah.
It would just be this.x or var x or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean we will have access to them in the state.
Yep. Okay.
So it's just inside the state. The only point with state really is the whole detection of render when the state is changed.
Right. And you can use it across different. Well,
it's contained in the component, but what we're going to do to do this is a container component that contains these two, and then that will update.
Got it.
We're going to get to it, but let's animate this. Okay. So the way this works is that it seems to have a draw function, which to me seems like what you do in games, like basically this runs on every frame.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Perhaps. I mean, I could just update this. I could just update this. If I'm thinking in React terms, I could just gradually update the X position and just have it redraw all the time.
But the P5 way to do it would actually, so some game animation frameworks will have a separate draw function and a separate update function where the math happens in update and draws around, especially if you're in OpenGL where you have this whole rendering pipeline thing that becomes more important.
Yeah.
Here you could actually just say this.state.x++, and you'd be done.
Yeah, sure. So okay. So is that the P5 way of doing it?
That's the P5 way. I mean, normally you wouldn't have this idea of a state. You just have the X variable.
Sure, but I mean, okay. So
but I'm not saying do it that way. That might cause us problems later if we have this whole state and two different things.
That needs to be restarted.
Yes.
I have the exact same problem. It's just that it's not re-edit that away.
Yeah.
I have new cameras coming in that won't have the problem. I'm so happy. Anyway, do you know what? I'm gonna do convert that to the React way and just update the state.
Awesome.
Actually,
I'm excited.
So let's see. So actually, this is already this is we're not going to need to update the P5 code at all because it is already mapping the X and Y position to the state.
Exactly.
So all we need to do now is to figure out how to update the state. So which we can do.
And by the way, we probably should get rid of that redraw function thing, right? Is that like?
Yeah, let's just clean that.
Yeah, I more meant here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh that was just crap.
Yes.
And let's get rid of this. We're no longer using this. So I'm going to do a little bit of. Let's just do this.
I'll tell you, there is a comment from the chat. I don't know if this is true. Canvas and set state is a bad idea because Canvas updates much faster than slow and async set state. It is possible, just don't use set state everywhere.
Oh, interesting.
So Canvas, by the way, by default is running 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
The draw.
Yeah, and set state is which makes sense.
But it might, I'm like a whatever works kind of person.
Yeah, but no,
to
I think that they are absolutely correct. I think it depends on what you animate. Like, do you need that update frequency? Perhaps, like, if there's a game, you probably do.
Yes.
But in the case of perhaps just moving things around and like moving some simple visualization, perhaps the set state is just fine. But either way, like this is more of an example to see like
how
what way you can play around with it, and like I just want to get my head around processing. That's kind of like the idea.
Yes, of course.
And let's see, set timeout function. I'm just gonna do something that instead of creating a button, I'm gonna just have something that runs after 1 second. And then we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a set interval.
Oh, you're gonna put set interval inside of set timeout?
Inception. I don't know. It's not really necessary, but I said oh, these needs to be arrow functions, otherwise this is gonna be messed up. Cool. There we go. I don't need to do that. And then we're going to this dot set state.
This is the craziest thing ever. I love it.
It's so bizarre. Everybody's like, what are these guys doing? Whatever we want.
It's like X++. No, I know. Set timeout, set interval, this dot set state, and an object.
I'm having so much fun though.
I know. No, me too. I don't mean this as a bad thing.
Okay, so +1. So okay, everything failed. Why did
you need an interval time.
Oh yeah, that's true. So something like 10. No?
But is that the right place for it? Then don't you need another like end parentheses or something?
Yeah. No. Okay. Wait.
Yeah. No. Don't you need? I feel like you need curly brackets.
I need no.
No, you don't need the curly brackets.
No.
Wait, you don't mean no semicolons and no curly brackets?
Well, you don't need them, but okay.
I thought you only didn't put curly brackets if it was one line, if it was like in line.
Yeah, but these are one line. It just happens to be
just
like
line breaks in it.
Yeah. Because I'm a pervert. Okay, let's put the initial state to be like 0 here, so that it. Okay, so look at this now.
Okay. Whoa! Oh, look! I love how that's updating.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
welcome to React. Like this
that's
is just
amazing.
we didn't even have to think about that. Oh, I'm gonna do that again. Like that's so nice.
Oh, and it started a second later just because that's set
exactly.
time out. Now, did you sort of like in the back of your mind know to have it start a second later because there's going to be some kind of like loading issue, or you just wanted to see it wait a second?
Yeah, I just wanted to see it wait.
So that's if you commented that out, it would just start immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe you.
Yeah.
I choose to believe you. I'm not going to make you do it.
I kind of first I thought about having like a button that started it, but then like I'm too lazy to make a button.
Oh, Solar Liner says that you killed.
Oh, I got my character too.
Well.
Oh, you have like I love these
Those
little
are the curly brackets,
Solar Liner. Yes. Oh, that's such a good. Some help me. Are they in the same place or not? Yes.
Captain Disillusion did not create that. I'm sorry, I'm like a little bit obsessed with Captain Disillusion. I probably need to stop talking about Captain Disillusion.
Okay, so this is cool.
Yeah. So now the idea would be to add a second one and have it enter the other one?
Exactly. So what we need to do is to this position of the box we need to expose that to a component. So
to another. It's exposed in that it's in the state.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
you need to expose it to another component state.
Exactly.
And the way to do
so
that is
controlling
with
from the outside.
Parent container state that has two component states.
Let's switch to this one again so that we.
It's going to be off, by the way, but I'll turn it back on.
All right.
It should be good now.
So.
Or not. Wait, hold on. Well, it's funny. Technical problems.
All right. So
I never have any technical problems.
You never like. It's
just
just
kidding.
when another person is involved.
I only have technical problems.
All right.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. So what we are going to do with this thing, you are just gonna move this. Love having a whiteboard. This is so.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
So fun. Also good to stand up.
Yeah.
Like it just so much more energy.
Yes.
Oh, can I make a tirade? We have no time for a tirade, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Go for it. You talk to the camera though. I think that would be best.
So there I've read this amazing book that is called Spark, which talks about the relationship between exercise and the brain. And it turns out that the reason why we have brains in the first place is to plan movement. So there's actually beings in the deep sea that they have a brain when they are born, and then they find a place to root themselves, and once they have that, they become a plant, and then they dislodge the brain because it's just a waste of energy. So I've done, and they've done research on kids that have exercise in school, like phys ed, early in the morning, and they do much better after that on purely intellectual exercises like math and stuff. And it turns out that this is not because you get more blood to the brain or more oxygen or anything like that. It's because the brain is active doing planning of movement. So different activities are of different impact to the brain. So for instance, like things like racket sports are better at activating your brain than running, for instance, because your brain has to do much more complicated movement.
And is there an aspect of this too that's not just about like if I'm doing some sort of physical activity and like within the next 15 minutes I try to do a mental task, I do better, but also like the sort of as a growth of the brain overall as like through like child development?
I would imagine that there is.
Yeah.
We're
definitely in the territory we have no idea what we're talking about.
But it turns out, so when you're standing around thinking at your computer, after a while your brain actually starts shutting down because the brain is going, oh, I'm not being used. It goes into sleep mode. So that is why it's so effective here for us to constantly be walking around, because it means that our brains are active, especially when you have to walk around each other. All right. Anyway, back to this. We're gonna have this is the page. This is our React app, and the React app is going to have two components. And inside of these components are like this game thing, like the boxes, and the outer app is going to these are going to expose the X position. So the outer app here is not going to know anything about what's inside of these things. It's not going to know that they are using processing. They're not going to use anything. It's just going to know that it has an X. And this thing is going to control the X position. And once the X position has reached a certain point here, it's going to like start updating the X position here. So it's going to do like the coordination between the two.
Got it.
So that's what we're going to do. So, but right now we need to extract this thing out so that we have like this little, I don't know what we're going to call them, game box or something.
Great. All right.
So let's do this. Okay. I'm going to create a new class. I'm going to call this like class game box extends component. No, not composition.
The fact that you called the first component app is meaningless. It's just a convention.
Yeah, it's just like the default.
Yeah.
So if you look at, I'm going to show you how it's being rendered. So if we jump to index.js,
okay.
you can see here like it imports the app.
Got it.
And then you just render the app component
to
inside
the
of
element.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So that's all it does.
By the way, a little aside here is the P5 web editor that I've been using most recently is built entirely with React. I don't know about entirely,
Whoa.
but it's built on top of React. It's built with React.
Nice. Okay. Counter will overflow soon.
People are really bothered by the fact that it just keeps going.
Yeah, it's like far away there. Okay, so I'm going to. Wait. Let's get all of this out. So we begin with the render function. And in the render function, we need a render target. Just trying to learn English.
I like Target better.
Target. I'm gonna call it like something like, wow, lots of scrolling here now, sorry. And we're gonna call this game box. And then we're gonna have, your run should have a return statement. Yeah, we need to return this div. And then we're going to have a constructor, and the constructor is gonna have that. That's where we're gonna do the renderef. We didn't do that before, but this is proper way of doing it, I think. New React dot.
Is this this is going to be the individual component with a canvas, not the parent component?
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. So like what I'm trying to do now is create like this super dumb component that is just basically just rendering like whatever prop it has set as X. So this is no longer gonna, like we can actually, this component no longer actually needs state. It can just use the prop really.
Got it.
So
is there a way to do this where we use one P5 sketch that gets duplicated, but they each have their own, they're rendering sort of differently? Or we're going to actually create a second P5
no, I think that is going to be two sketches.
Yeah, got it. Just
checking. I mean, we probably could.
That's another version 7.8.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to do that. And then we need to do the steal this entire component didn't mount thing.
I see.
And I'm going to get rid of this set timeout interval thing.
Right.
And it's going to do this dot. I think is it this dot prop, chat? I don't know.
What's prop?
It's the same thing as state. But it's the stuff that is passed from upwards. Like you can think of it as HTML attributes.
Ah, okay. But what's passing
it might like color. It's going to be the parent component.
Oh, got it. Oh, so that's not going to work yet because we haven't made the
No, this is broken at this point. I'm working in a bit too few months, too many steps at this point, but the Y is for, oh, hang on, we're going to use this prop.
Someone's saying props, but I don't know if that's true.
Props. Oh, that's probably true.
Yes, actually, now not just one person is saying this stuff.
Okay.
Props.
Thanks.
A whole bunch of people,
thanks.
Yes.
Excellent. I like your chat. They're very fast.
Yes.
This dot props dot x. Yeah, I'm keeping this around for now, just because. But now, I think we can actually like get rid of all this.
No, because the app is going to be the parent thing?
Yeah, so I'm gonna use this here instead.
I see.
So I'm gonna do something like.
And then you put the other component there?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna use game.
Typo alert line 11. I don't know if that's still relevant, but.
All right, let's see. Gabe box. Well, that could have been a worse type
I think Gabe is outside.
Yeah,
Gabe box is.
This dot renderef of undefined. What is happening here? Construct. Oh, perhaps I'm. What is happening here?
Quantum Red writes, I did what you did, are making in 5 minutes in Angular. Yes,
Well, you can try doing that without.
We're not trying to do something quickly here. By any means. We are exploring. It's a thought experiment. I know P5. MPJ knows React. P5 and React come together to save the universe.
Well, like that guy doesn't talk a lot.
Or just waste a couple hours. Not waste.
Let's see here.
Oh yeah, and also we're missing a few semicolons.
Okay, let's see what is even happening here. I mean,
super. Someone's saying call super. No, what? Huh?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And now.
Oh, it's working. There's two little. Why are there two forms?
Oh wait, hang on. I actually need to pass the. Yeah. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this.
There's still two input boxes. And
yeah, that's true.
What's that bind thing? We still have input change? No.
Okay.
And that's better.
Yeah, no, because the thing is we need to also pass the x here. This.state.x and y. I think this will work.
Oh, and that makes it a prop?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa.
Look.
Whoa. Okay.
We're done.
I'm not sure I totally understood everything that just happened.
Okay. Let's just do this. Ah.
Oh, what?
There we go.
Oh, but that's just, you couldn't have those be, could you say x equals this dot state dot x like divided by 2? Whoa, that's cool.
Oh god, that was extremely risky to do a high five on stream because
yes.
like 99% of all my high fives ever fail miserably. Yes. Like it's just like this geek, like no, this person has never done sports ball. Like, all right, cool. So now we just need to figure out how to do the thing where we. So now we can control this.
Oh, you know what I have an idea.
Yeah.
Well, so since they're vertically, let's change it to moving along the Y.
Yeah. Let's do that. That's way more fun.
I have an idea that's going to do this in a really ridiculous sort of way.
So something like this, and we need to. Okay, let's get over it.
We can use. I think modulo. The modulo operator is going to. Oh, translate. Of course.
Oh,
that's actually an easier way to do this. Oh no, we can't.
Cool. There we go. 0.
All right.
There we go. I'm gonna put that somewhere here.
Whoa! What just happened?
Why isn't? What?
Why?
That surprised me. No, wait. It's because I'm dividing this by.
Where did it go? Wait.
I'm confused. Why doesn't this work?
Oh wait, this is the Y 200 or the X 200? It's off the screen. The whole window is just 200 by. Yeah, sorry. X should be 100. There you go.
Oh.
And you might as well add just for. It doesn't matter. I was gonna say we can change the rec mode to center or whatever. All right. So now all you need to do is say Y minus 200 in the second one.
All right.
I think.
What? Are you kidding me?
I don't think I'm kidding.
Like here.
Minus 200, yeah. Because it's just...
All right.
We're standing in front of it. It's kind of sad.
I love it. I love it. Okay.
And then what you could do is in the P5 sketch, when y is greater than 400, you could set it back to minus, to 0 or whatever.
Hang on, I didn't quite get that. What?
So I don't know if it makes sense to do that in this dot set. Probably makes sense to do it in this dot set state. So cheating. This is kind of cheating, but by the way, it's all cheating.
Yes.
There's no the whole point of this is cheating. We're creating the illusion of things happening on a computer screen.
Can I talk about my absolute favorite thing? Whenever I think about like you're doing some kind of hack or something, like this doesn't feel elegant. This feels like it shouldn't be made like. Then I have like this amazing Twitter quote that is like, a computer is a CPU is essentially a rock that we have fooled into thinking.
Yeah.
And I don't want to oversimplify this. We also had to put lightning inside of it to work. So there's this thing called limnic eruption. Do you know about it? It's when you have these, when you have a lake, there's big pockets of carbon dioxide collecting under the lakes. And this is a normal phenomenon, and they sometimes just bubble up to the surface, and that's fine. But sometimes they become huge. And then a small earthquake just dislodges this enormous pocket of several metric tons of carbon dioxide exactly at the same time, as you just got bloop. Which has the somewhat bizarre and horrible and interesting side effect that oxygen levels around a several kilometer radius around the lake drops so low that any life form that is dependent on oxygen dies.
Oh no.
So you're just walking around, this has killed villages. It's a very rare phenomenon, but it's like a very, very weird type of natural disaster. So you're just walking around, and then just due to random things, you just die. And I kind of this story makes me bizarrely happy for some reason, because it reminds me that the universe owes you absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
If something works, like the fact that we have autocomplete here, that is because there are so many layers of human effort to create this elegance.
Yes.
The universe is not here to please us in any way. There's no elegance at top of the universe. The internet is just built out of duct tape and cobweb and gum. Yeah, that's my tirade about that.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna let's change it so at least it repeats.
Yeah.
There, what you'll need is probably when you change the y to check when it gets to a certain value to reset it back to 0.
Yeah. So I guess
you can use modulus for that.
Yeah.
So I always get this wrong. I think the operator itself is called modulo.
Yeah.
I want to get is or using a modulus of a specified number. Congruent, blah blah.
Yeah.
The modulo operation. So have you ever seen this operation? It's a percent sign.
Yeah.
It gives you the remainder of division. So if you
I know it, but I don't understand how it would be applicable.
So if you said modulo 400, y is this dot state dot y plus 1 modulo 400. When it gets to 400 and it becomes 401, it will become 401 modulo 400 is 1.
Okay.
And 402 modulo 400 is.
Okay.
And by the way, we're doing a sort of not such a great thing here where we're just hard coding those sort of limits of the edges.
Yeah.
Those should be in the state or the P5 stores that in a global variable called width.
Oh wait, we could
I don't know if we can access that here.
No, I mean we could just pass this as props, actually. Let's just call this game box, and we're just gonna call it give it width equals. How big are they?
They were 200 pixels.
200, and then height. 200.
So then when you call create canvas, you'd want to use those props.
Exactly.
And they could be different. Oh my goodness, this is so crazy.
Yeah, I guess it could be.
Yeah, but let's leave them the same.
Let's not. Okay. Right. Let's see.
So it's here in create canvas.
This dot props. Props. Thank you, chat.
I don't have the chat up right now.
This dot props width, and this dot props dot height.
People are suggesting making a Pong game, which we won't do because we're finished. I think we're within the wrapping up stage of the stream.
Yes.
But that would be an excellent. If we were here for the next, couple hours, then yes. Okay.
So I completely destroyed this by having it.
Well, we have to offset the x based on that change.
Okay.
But that's sort of arbitrary.
Yeah.
So let's, for simplicity's sake, or just leave it. It doesn't matter. But
isn't minus
well,
50?
it's the thing that is the arrangement of this is not. We could eyeball it. It's you have to add. Right, you have to shift it over. Probably half the size is my guess, but yeah. Oh, you've somehow pick the right number. And it probably should be like this dot. I'm not saying do this, but it would be some type of function of the width of each canvas. The difference between the width of each canvas divided by something. But anyway.
Yeah, okay.
So now we can add the modulus thing in, which you could just do where you're saying this dot state dot y plus 1, I think.
All right, so how do you do this?
You have to put that all in parentheses, I believe, for modulus to apply.
Okay.
And maybe I'm supposed to say modulo. Somebody tell me whether I say modulo or modulus.
All right, so modulo.
And then, this dot props dot height or whatever. Oh, height times 2, because it's got to get through both of them.
Dot height times 2.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely issues here because you want it really is the height of one plus the height of the other. So, but that's fine. This is going to work.
I think you should type this because I have no idea where we're going. We're here.
But why did we get not a number here? Because it doesn't know what the height is?
This props dot height.
Does it know that in component?
It does. It does.
So in other words, if I were to do this, I hit save.
Yeah, exactly.
It's working.
Yes.
So why would this not work? It immediately went to, okay, so hold on, let me just type in 400.
Yeah. Oh, hang on there. Oh, no. Here, Dennis Rasmussen points out the error. There are no props in the app component.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because we're in the parent component
We're in
now.
the parent component.
So
So that's the state.
Yeah, exactly.
This dot state dot height?
Yeah, but we don't have that. I mean, it's no. So if you check like where these numbers here, you need to put them as like properties, like put them in the state for now, actually.
Oh, you mean so they would go? Can I have access? Do I have access to this?
Yes, but no, you don't. But that's by intent.
Oh, okay.
So yes, press them in. Put the width and the height in the state of the parent component.
But I could make it up. Call it something else.
Yeah.
So I could just say 200. But this is bad because we have we want some sort of some variable to tie all these things. But
no, but I mean the state is not to like
because I actually want it to be the total height here, which is 800. And actually we're not going to worry about this, because then now I can say this. Do I say this dot state
dot h? No.
Oh wait.
Oh, it loops.
It did, but my math is off.
Yeah. So you can.
It's because they're 200 high.
Yeah.
I doubled it twice. I'm not exercising enough, and my brain is shutting down. It's 400. Each of these is 200. I thought they were each 400. I'm supposed to be pointing over here. That's 200. That's 200. The total height is 400. So this is right. It bothers me. It really bothers. Two things bother me about this that I probably shouldn't try to fix.
Yeah.
One is that we're not accounting for the space in between them.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to.
Yeah.
So the way that I would do that is I would say
Oh, by the way, it annoys me a little bit that that these are now, we have state values for these, but they're hard-coded.
Oh, yeah.
So can we use the state values?
Oh, yes. So this is this dot state dot width, or W.
Yep.
And this is this dot state dot H divided by 2, because I made H the total height.
Oh, yeah.
Or I could have, and then now we don't want to move it over anymore. Whoops. If only I had semicolons. All right, so now this is coming through. All right, so the one thing that I think I could say is minus, we don't have we also should probably have the width and height of this rectangle, which is 50-50 in a variable somewhere.
Yeah.
But just before we do that, we should say, I'm just curious if I say minus 25. Oh wait, no, I want to account for the pixels in between. So it should did that do, it's hard to see. Let me just.
SolarLiner points out that we're still hard-coded in the first component.
Yeah, okay, hold on, yes, so that's accounting for it, but it's really just however many pixels are in there, Like I just don't want it to, it shouldn't when it reaches the bottom immediately appear there.
Yeah.
Right? It should feel like that blank space.
I'll fix it for you, Solarliner.
And then
there we go.
the other thing I want to fix, whoa!
No, what did I do?
Oh, divided by 2.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And then the other thing, so that feels, I mean, I feel like it's a little bit, I'm like really like a lunatic here. It feels like, oh, it's a few more pixels.
Yeah, we should measure that thing.
Yeah, anyway, actually now that feels worse. But okay, then the other thing I want to do is, it shouldn't like, this is the thing, this is going to be very hard to do. When it's getting to the bottom, I need to get rid of this modulo thing because this once it's going into the bottom, we should see it like appearing in the top.
What? What do you mean?
Okay, so I should point over here. So in other words, well, right now it's way off because I added those extra pixels. So in other words, it should fully leave the bottom and then appear. Right now, what it was doing before I added this other extra thing is, this is really in the weeds here, but I like obsessed about these things. It was leaving the bottom and then immediately appearing back at 0. So it should actually start at negative 50.
Yeah.
So where does it get its original value, the y value?
It's over here in the.
So
I can't reach it because I'm not tall enough.
So it should at least first start there, because
of...
now it's entering. Then it's going to go there. Then when it gets to the bottom, let's at least make it. I'm gonna forget about modulo because while that's kind of a nice elegant solution, how would I put? I guess I would just say. Oh, what were we saying? We're saying. Oh, I have to use some kind of like. Okay, hold on. I could just do this, right? I could say. New y equals y plus plus 1.
Yes.
And then if new y is greater than then the properties height thing, this dot props dot h plus 50, then it equals negative 50. And then y is new y.
What? Then it equals what?
Negative 50.
So
new y equals negative 50.
Okay.
And then this is like the worst way to do this.
This is so fucking
y
horrible.
is new y.
Well, okay.
Can I not like make a new variable there?
Oh,
it doesn't. This dot state dot y.
Yeah,
What's that y there? Oh no, y. No, huh?
No, I think you could do this as a ternary operator.
Yes.
So
please save me from myself.
So something like this.
Oh, this dot state plus 1 modulus 800 plus 500.
No, hang on.
Yeah, ternary operator is definitely what I want.
Is it this? I think it's kind of like.
Yes.
I think it might be the inverse.
This dot props. This. No, well, forget about new y then.
Yeah.
Y plus y, right? Like y increments itself 1.
Y.
And return the new value? Like, can you... Oh, y plus 1, yes. You're setting it equal to y plus 1, yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm not sure. This is a ternary syntax, but I'm not sure if... I'm not quite following your logic.
Okay, so y increases by 1. If that value is greater than the end, plus 50,
oh, okay.
then it goes back to negative 50. So that should be negative 50. Otherwise, it's just y plus 1.
So it's the inverse.
Inverse, yeah. But you have an extra, there you go. But y is not defined. Why is y not defined? Is that this dot state?
Oh, yeah, exactly. This dot state, the y.
Yeah.
And then it's this dot state dot y. Okay.
Did it not get set to negative 50?
You're again using props on the app.
State. State.h.
Okay. This is super hard. Yes! Awesome! Oh, I'm so happy.
All right. I mean, this is kind of a ridiculous way of doing this, and it is. I think we have to like quit while we're ahead, sort of. But not that we're ahead of anything.
Yeah, I was about to say that a lot of people would not call this ahead.
Quit while we're way behind. Still.
No, quit while we're still like functional and having fun.
So because what I really want this to do, somebody will do this is while this is slowly exiting, you also see it entering at the top. But you know.
Yeah, no. Oh, I'm super happy about this. I think that this, I feel like I've successfully like gotten a better view about what processing is.
Yeah. We should at least add like a color to it or something so that you see that there's some more. And then I think we can maybe answer one or two questions and wrap up.
Yeah.
We don't need to add a color. I don't know why I'm saying that.
Sure.
I just felt like I felt that what ended up happening is that we focused much more on React and very little on P5.
True.
Maybe that's sort of that's fine. And we'll have to come back for, so you even knew how to do that.
Yeah, like it's an intuitive API.
Ah, there we go. Never mind.
Huh?
Okay, great. We got a color. All right.
Well, I think, I know, like this now, to be honest, I think that a lot of the processing tutorials are kind of focused on like, now, like do this, and I'm like, but how do I get it into my application?
Right.
And this has kind of gotten me started in that way. Following the tutorials, it's not going to be too hard.
Yes. All right, so I don't. What I often try to do is take one or two questions. If people have questions that you want to ask specifically, MPJ from Fun Function, because
like if you
don't need to, you can ask me questions next live stream.
Yeah, like if you have probably asked a lot of questions during the stream that we have missed. So please just ask them again. MPJ, where can we get the Nordic.js 2018 videos? I have no idea. Normally they go up, like last year they went up pretty fast, but this year
I don't even know what those are. Oh, that's a conference.
Yeah, it's a conference that I hosted in September.
Oh, amazing. Does that happen every year? Or?
Yeah.
And it's where, in Sweden?
Yeah,
or?
In Stockholm. Like it's like one of the most well-organized conferences. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
I've been hosting it the last few years, and it's been like, so good.
Awesome. Maybe we can do a P5 session there.
Yeah, you should. You should send in a call for proposals.
Can you come to Brazil JS conference?
Well, yes, tell them to invite me, and I'll come.
Yeah. I'm not very good at traveling, so invite MPJ.
Yeah, me neither.
I will be at. Actually, I haven't really announced this officially. Not that this is some big thing to announce, but I'm going to be in France for a few days in January, and I'm thinking of having a meetup. It will be in Paris.
Oh, you should.
So that's coming. Stay tuned. I'll announce that. I've never actually done any kind of. I've gone to things and met up with people, but nothing that was specifically coding train. I'll also mention that I will be at. Now I'm just talking about myself, which is really pointless. But day.processing.org. You can still. I wonder, by the way, is there so Processing Community Day is a day of community worldwide, January 15th to February 15th. There's a New York City one, there's a Los Angeles one, which is the sort of, not the main one is the wrong way, but it's the I don't know what the right term is, but that's the one that I'm going to. And then I know there's one in India, and there's one in lots of cities. I wonder if there's one in Northern Europe somewhere. Is there a Stockholm Processing Community Day? There's a map somewhere here. I think if we scroll down worldwide, you will see.
Oh wow!
So let's see if we can find the one closest to you.
Oh, there is one in Stockholm.
Okay, so if you click on that, does it give you more information?
PCD, Stockholm.
January 26, 2018. Organizers, Jonas and Nordic Audio Visual Artists. There you go. So you could go to your very own, to a Processing Community Day.
Yeah, hopefully I might very well be in Stockholm by then.
So question, what made you want to collab?
I was in New York and I just figured out that Schiffman is in New York. And I think that we talked about doing a collab earlier. It seems like a kind of natural fit, to be honest. We kind of have the same attitude around development and how these things are doing. We were very talkative and emotive, and it's like, just seems like I just wanted to meet you. Frankly,
Yeah.
It was mostly about that.
Ditto. I would say that for me, I mean, I don't know that this was planned this way exactly, but for me, I'm really enjoying these types of things where somebody maybe has like the similar like spirit and point of view maybe about a kind of fun, relaxed live streaming attitude, but yet a kind of different set of knowledge, and I think that's super interesting. I mean, I've been watching like a bunch of your pair programming things, and while it's fun to do the goofy shenanigans by myself, and that's kind of like what I'm doing, I think there's a lot more that can happen and be talked about and can be revealed when two or more people are trying to like do the same thing together. I noticed also like there's a channel called Coding Garden with CJ. I don't know if CJ is watching, but CJ has I think a series called Newbie Quest, something like that, or Noob Quest, where he tries to help someone who's new to programming figure something out, which I thought was like a really interesting format. So I'm super interested in alternative formats. This was so fun. I don't see any reason why we couldn't try to do something similar that's just happening remotely.
Yeah,
especially it would be much better production quality if
I would absolutely
if MPJ like organizes.
I'm not sure. Like this is an amazing setup.
Yeah,
actually.
I'm a little bit concerned about. I mean, no one's complaining about our sound, but I've been like out of the corner of my eye, I see these going red quite a bit.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, this worked. People watched it and enjoyed it, so there obviously wasn't a disaster.
No.
I do think it'll be interesting. I'll talk to Mathieu, who does Newbie Tuesdays. Kay Weekman is saying. Mathieu Blanchette, who does a lot of video editing for me, since I have no skills in that area. But we'll discuss and see if it makes sense, because I think there's probably like a 30-minute version of this that might be interesting for people.
Yeah.
We'll see. We can maybe make something like that and release it on a Monday.
Yeah.
All right.
One more question, perhaps?
Yes. There's one that could be interesting.
Is it possible to have
when spend a sabbatical at your school?
Oh, that would like. Then it wouldn't
Your whole life is a sabbatical.
That is true. Like I don't, like basically make a video and like.
Yeah.
Actually, like it would be super great to come back here and like film some like with like physical computing stuff.
Yes.
Because that's so visual and nice, and I just love that environment.
Yes.
So like I just felt like, oh, I want to come back here and like do something more. So I think it feels like a natural fit.
Yes. And anytime you're in New York, you know. You are welcome here. We could try this again. We could try doing something more, I would say more creative, not more, just different format. But certainly, I would also very much like to go to Stockholm.
Yes.
Not that you live somewhere different than Stockholm.
Yeah, but I'm going to be moving back there.
I didn't mean to just conflate Sweden with Stockholm.
No, but no. It pretty much is.
Yes.
It's you should definitely come. I will move into Stockholm in January, February-ish. So like we should definitely do something then.
So let's wrap up. So first of all, if people have further questions, you can find MPJ on Twitter at
MPJme.
MPJme. You can find MPJ's YouTube channel at Fun Function. I'm sure just that appears in a search on YouTube. And especially, I would say certainly if you're like a viewer of the Coding Train and you want to find videos that have more software development practice themed like things. I mean, there's a ton of content on your channel, so it's certainly more of a variety than just that. Yeah. But that's kind of like what I use it for. So in terms of like what's the new feature in JavaScript that I don't know about, things like that I feel like are there.
And to my audience, the thing that I would like to push specifically for in Daniel's channel is the machine learning material, because that is so good.
Yes. So next, for one, there's so many different ideas, but another thing we could do is. Teach MPJ-ML5.js, which is built on top of TensorFlow. So this is a project that I've talked about ad nauseum on this channel, but this is a library that we're doing in collaboration with some folks at Google who work on the TensorFlow.js team to try to make a slightly friendlier machine learning library. And this actually, like P5, is written in. I'll just show like a quick example here. This is allow, yes?
Yes.
You are a jersey, a t-shirt, you're definitely a t-shirt. That's pretty accurate. But here.
Where's the? Oh, there. It's there.
Cool. Usually it gets coffee cupped pretty well, but so this is using anyway. I have videos about this. It uses a pre-trained model, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But this is written with this sort of like twofold mission to both be a place for like sort of P5 beginners, but also computer keyboard. I got it. But also. It supports a lot of sort of modern JavaScript conventions and installing with NPM and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, so this would be another subject area to do some crossover
I'd love
stuff.
it. Like,
so hopefully we'll do more of that. And do you also are you still streaming on Twitch? Or is that not a thing that I should tell people to go look at?
It was a while ago. Like
Okay.
we're gonna play around with the streaming a lot in the coming year. Like streaming is gonna be a huge part of what Fun Function is.
Yeah.
And exactly where we will do it is still undecided.
Yeah.
Like there are advantages with Twitch and there's advantages with YouTube. YouTube is like earlier it was such a clear thing to pick Twitch because they were so much better at it.
Yes.
But now YouTube is they seem to actually be committing to the platform quite a bit. So now I'm unfortunately super undecided.
Well, for me, I mean, we can talk more about this another time, and we need to keep this stream like never ending. But for me, it's like if I were to try to use Twitch now, I already have this like audience on YouTube. Moving that over and then having two things would be tricky. But it's definitely something to think about. All right. So thank you.
Thank you.
I don't have. This is the thing. This is the other thing that I really want. I say this every time.
An outro.
I don't have one. I just have I click. I mean, I do have this ridiculous thing. Which is now actually playing. We talking over
some crazy idea.
But I don't think anyone wants to watch that right now.
No. But, okay, I can teach you mine.
Okay.
How that is segmented.
Yes.
So it's so you can just I'll just stop and then you can translate it to the coding train. So that is it. You have just watched an episode of Fun Function.
Seacrest out. No, does everybody know that reference? No, it's like a. Okay, but then I have to click this stop streaming button. And
there's a few more. Yes,
we're doing this. It's not just. That's not it.
No.
Okay.
Recite after me, but replace it with coding train. So that's it. You have just watched an episode of Fun Function.
That's it. You have just watched an episode of The Coding Train.
Yeah, do it. I release these every Monday morning, 0800 GMT.
I release these at random times during the week with no consistency whatsoever.
But you will forget that. You should click subscribe by clicking here, or watch another episode right now by clicking here.
But you will forget that, so you should click subscribe so you don't forget, or watch another episode that's over somewhere here.
I am MPJ. Until next Monday morning, stay curious.
I always forget how to pronounce my name. Daniel Schiefman. And you are watching The Coding Train. All aboard. All aboard is like a welcome thing. I need
I need an outro.
What do you say? Like everybody deplane? No, that's a plane. What do you say when you get off of a train?
Oh, what's it called? Embark? No, is it embark?
Maybe there's like a...
No, that's getting on it.
Yeah.
Disembark.
Disembark.
Oh,
that's perfect. Yes.
We're now disembarking from the train.
But please stand clear. Oh, I could do the New York City thing, which is please stand clear of the closing doors. Bing bong. All right, that's all.
Mind the gap.